Okay, I go to the post office. I pick up this letter. And after I picked up the letter, I called the sheriff's office and spoke to Jeff Lawless. And after this video, I'll tell you a little bit of a summary of why this letter is a lie. And Jeff signed it, so that makes this statement that he agreed with it. But yet, when I called him, I'll tell you what he said here in just a minute.
Well, here it is, real official. We know it's not cell phone. So I can tell you what it is. It's a pack of lies. Coward. They're going to deny. Just like, liars do. Like liars do. Liars deny. I received your letter dated 4/7/22 concerning cell phone. This letter served notice that Lawrence County Sheriff's Office, County Jail, does not have your cell phone, and there is no indication that your phone was ever confiscated or ever at this facility. So I guess that means Jerry is a thief, and I guess that means they're all a bunch of liars because they said they had the phone. And you can ask my brothers, and you want to call my brothers liars, then that makes you a liar, okay? That's what you are. You're a liar. You're a pig.
Okay, so that's it.
Real official.
That's it. Okay, if you see this letter, it says that he spoke with Jerick about the cell phone. He didn't take a cell phone for you. You know, Jerick, you're really something else. I mean, you are the epitome of a crooked cop, of a crooked person. And I know you took the cell phone to protect your buddies on the force, and now you have resigned. You're no longer on the department, and now you're just a regular piece of crap on the street. And you'll probably get into drugs next. But anyway, the sheriff says at the bottom, he says, I have no reason to believe the sheriff's office took or ever had possession of your cell phone, namely a Motorola Edge. I wish you the best of luck locating it. Well, I called Jeff, and he spoke to me on the phone, and I told him that this letter is a bunch of lies, and that they did take my cell phone, and that if he would have really investigated it, he would find out that the police officers on calls that were made to his office, which are recorded, will talk about the cell phone under several instances. I also went to the jailhouse and talked to an officer there, and they brought my stuff out, and my brother was there as a witness, and he said, the officer said, which I'll try to get his name, that here's my stuff and the cell phone was in it. Well, we opened it up and the cell phone was not in it, and therefore I repeatedly tried to call to see about my cell phone. I went to them down to the sheriff's office to see about my cell phone. I wrote a letter demanding my cell phone. They did not comply, of course. You know, they want you to comply to their crap, but they won't comply. Well, Jeff, you know, it's just like we talked about. You did not do a thorough investigation. You did not, Sheriff Jeff Lawless, do a thorough investigation for the cell phone. If you would have, you would know that your officers lied. You said that you love all your officers. Well, I asked you specifically what you cared about certain officers, and, you know, you said, well, there's always things about people, you know, and that you won't like, and there's probably things about him that I don't like, and yeah, Jeff, now there is some things about you that I don't like, and I don't like that you run a police force that is corrupt, and is just really, they're just foul-mouthed smart alecks is what they are. And I addressed that with you, and as a Christian man, what you say you are, if you was interviewed, you would have to say that what I'm saying here is true, that I said, Jeff, I said, did you see the video? I said, where your officers lie to each other and they have foul mouths and you know, every other word that comes out of their mouth once they get a little bit irate is F this, F that. You know, they're just foul mouthed people. And he said that he didn't realize that they did that. And I'm like, you know, Jeff, you got to be kidding, man. Like, you're saying that I'm the only person in Lawrence County that has brought up the fact that your officers are smart aleck, foul-mouthed people? And he acted like he didn't know what I was talking about. I mean, to me, that's hilarious, you know? Everybody start videotaping the foul-mouthed police officers that is out there. The sheriff's department, you know, I mean, I've got it on video too. You know, all you gotta do is watch it, Jeff. You know it's true. I mean, geez. I mean, say you're a Christian and then to deny that you don't know that they're using language like that. I mean, that's way, way out there, Jeff. I don't think that anybody in Lawrence County is going to believe you on that one. I mean, I'm sorry, but you know, that's a biggie. So just watch the video, Jeff. You know, you tried to get me to say that I was threatening. You know, because I said if an officer is putting your life in jeopardy, that does the individual that fears for their life, do they have the right to take the officer out because they fear for their life? And he was saying, well, you need to comply with the officer if he's, you know, doing official duty. Well, you know, if he's not doing official duty, if he's beating you up, and if he's tasing you and brutalizing you, you know, and you fear for your life, I believe that you definitely have the right to defend yourself. And if it comes down to it, to where you believe that they're going to cause you bodily harm to the point of death, you have the right to take them out. Okay, I mean, I believe that wholeheartedly. So he tried to say that, you know, maybe, you know, is that a threat? And I said, no, that's just the way it is. I mean, you know, what would you do, Jeff? Okay, what would you do if I took your phone? Huh? What would you do, Jeff, if you spent one day in the Lawrence County Jail? You know, why don't you do that and see what it's like? I don't think that a person that calls herself a Christian would throw people in a place like that and subject them to the abuse that goes on in your jailhouse. You say you want to replace the jailhouse. You made promises to do it. You haven't done it. And you say, well, it's up to the county commissioners. Well, you know what? I think you could work a little bit harder than that. You know, I think I'm intelligent enough to work year after year after year and finally be able to replace that jail myself. So I guess that's all I got to say for now. I don't like doing a long video. I don't even like doing this video. I mean, it sucks whenever they're lying. It sucks whenever you have witnesses that say that my phone is there in the bag and it's not there. Why would they even bring up the phone if it wasn't there? So I guess every one of the people that was involved that knew about the phone lied to Mr. Lawless. In other words, his loving deputies are a bunch of liars. They lied to him, and his investigation says that there's no phone. Well, you know what? What type of investigator do we have as a sheriff that allows his officers to tell him this and him investigate, we'll say, and his investigation determined there was no cell phone? I mean, a fifth grader can do better investigation than that. You know, I would hate to say that I was the sheriff of Lawrence County and I investigated this situation on the cell phone, and there is no indication at all that a cell phone was taken, when all the officers that I spoke to talked about it. Okay, you can talk to my brothers, you can talk to other people. I usually always have witnesses. I got witnesses right now to what's going on, and there was a cell phone. They brought up the fact of a cell phone. But now, all of a sudden, Jeff's investigation leads to the determination that there was no cell phone. Okay? Wow. And then they changed the charges, and they said, well, the prosecuting attorney is allowed to do that. The special prosecutor is what he said, because they have to get a special prosecutor to prosecute me. And I told him I want to file a complaint against Officer Spoljaric. I want him charged with a crime for stealing from me and from brutalizing me and assaulting me. I want him charged. I want him arrested. Resigning is not enough for me, Jeff. Okay?